is Nevaeh, and my main focus for today's video is to talk about how author-director Dai Siji employs intertextual references to Western literature, especially highlighting authors such as Honoré de Balzac and Roman Roland in order to illustrate how literature shapes knowledge, influences lives, and ignites imagination. Dai Siji utilizes compositional strategies including allusion, calques, and parodies to demonstrate how literature can be a powerful tool for personal transformation. Quick introduction about our main characters in Balzac and the Little Chinese Seamstress. We have the narrator, also known as Ma in the movie, Luo, who is his best friend, and the Little Chinese Seamstress, who is also the love of both boys. So what is intertextuality? Intertextuality explores how texts influence and reference each other, impacting literacy breakdown. Coined by Julia Kristeva in the 1960s, it shows all texts are interconnected. It appears in forms of allusions, quotations, pastiche, parody, and roles such as cultural commentary and literary homage. Extending across cultures, it highlights shared themes across traditions. Throughout the novel, books began to appear as a forbidden fruit, with the protagonist often risking punishment to read and share these works with each other. For example, when Ma and Luo steal Four Eyes' suitcase full of banned Western novels, which was the Little Tiny Seamstress idea, Ma observes communism ideology and propaganda all his life, failing headlong in a story of awakening desire, passion, impulsive action, love, of all the subjects that had until been hidden from him. This moment marks the beginning of their intellectual awakening because Ma starts to question what he knows with what he is learning from the forbidden books, shifting both Ma and Luo's conversations, reactions to the story. Authors mentioned include Balzac, Victor Hugo, Stendhal, Dumas, Flaubert, D'Alembert, Roman Roland, Rousseau, Tolstoy, Gogol, Dostoevsky, Dickens, Kipling, and Emily Bronte. Compositional strategies are noted by Ma, the narrator, who is particularly influenced by the books he reads, by Luo's storytelling, which follows allusion. Saiji, unveiling as a reflection of intertextuality, shows in Luo's retelling, confused the line of authorship, inviting the readers to participate in the creation of meaning. Performance becomes necessary to the story's meaning. After reading books, Ma develops a romance view of the outside world. We are seduced, overwhelmed, spelled by the mysteries of the outside world, especially the world of women, love, and sex as revealed to us by the Western writers day after day, page after page, book after book, igniting his imagination and providing an escape from the oppressive environment of the Phoenix Sky Mountain. The little seamstress thoughts after Lu reads to her remain less detailed, but are signified to similarity, stimulated, and transformed. For instance, after hearing stories from Balzac, she said she had learned one thing from Balzac, that a woman's beauty is treasure beyond price, revealing her evolving sense of self-worth and desire for independence. The irony isn't lost on they themselves, Ma and Luo, were sent to be re-educated to live a less intellectual life of hard labor. Yet they read even more books, becoming even more intellectual. Even Luo stating, "With these books I shall transform the little seamstress. She will never be a simple mountain girl again." Lu crawled along a narrow track with a yawning chasm on either. On his back he carried the inconspicuous work, spoiled bamboo hode in which he had secreted old gold, as Balzac Pereira Garo was titled in Chinese, the book he was going to read to the Little Chinese Seamstress, the lovely mountain girl in need of culture. In the end, burning the books that reminded them of her. To further illustrate the use of compositional strategies, allusion in the novel serves as an indirect reference that prompt other works or ideas within explicitly naming them. For example, Saiji references Western authors like Balzac and Roland, and books such as Usle Merot and Jean Christophe. Ma's favorite and great influence on the characters, which Ma and Luo read in secret, enriching the story's literacy context and proving how books influence the characters' perspectives and aspirations. Calque or borrowing or the loan translations of words involves borrowing words or phrases from other languages through literal translation. For example, Ma and Luo are frequently called young intellects, and the novel uses terms like bourgeois and portelet through the novel as well as the movie, highlighting the era's communist ideology, language borrowed from Karl Marx and Engels, the Communist Manifesto interpreted into Chinese culture by erasing Confucian, Daoism, Buddhism by Mao Zedong, which further illustrates how imported language is adapted in daily speech, underscoring the class distinctions and ideology tensions shown throughout the story and the protagonist's re-education in 1970s China. Parody appears through humorous imitation and exaggeration of certain styles. For instance, Four Eyes' parents, who are renowned poets, that Four Eyes was able to have banned books and leave the Phoenix Sky Mountain. Dai Siji parodies nationalist and communist themes by writing traditional ditties the old miller does. For example, one of his songs he sings to Ma and Lu, "Tell me, an old louse, what does it fear? It fears boiling water, boiling, bubbling water." And the young nun, "Tell me, what does she fear? She fears the old monk, no more, no less, just the old monk." This exaggerated nationalist lyric marks the simplicity of ideology propaganda, highlighting such narratives and exaggerated to the point of absurdity. Four Eyes doesn't like the songs, proceeded to read out his adapted or rather skewed version of the old Miller songs. "Tell me, little bourgeois lice, what do they fear? They fear the boiling wave of the portalice." Not only does his song analyze ideological narrative, supports the theme of how literature serves as a transformational tool, challenging beliefs while stimulating personal empowerment and enlightenment. Dai Siji's novel Balzac and a Little Chinese Seamstress weaves intertextuality and compositional strategies, or references to telling stories by two main characters, including many references to Western novels, Catholic or borrowing Western words, parody or making fun of particularly the communist officials by two protagonists, to demonstrate the transformative power of literature to work doggedly against communist dogma and indoctrination during China's Cultural Revolution, thus illustrating how Western novel literature opens new worlds for the protagonists, shaping their identities and challenges ideological standards.
有时候一本书可以改变人的一辈子。